Hello and welcome to Spicy in Wisconsin.
Spicy in Wisconsin.
I am your host, Mariah Spicer.
I find myself being someone that talks a lot. I always feel bad because I don't mean to.
It's true. I do talk a lot, and I'm happy to talk a lot to you today about episode number 5 in a 6-part series. I could not do it without her. We know her. We love her. She is...
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Welcome to the show, Leia.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Come on, you know that intro does kind of slap a little bit.
It cracks me every time.
It cracks me up every time, too.
Gets
All right,
me.
so today on the show, episode number 5, we have a few little agenda items to cover. Today we will be discussing, don't look at this too closely. Okay. Today we will be discussing our family reunion that occurred just this past weekend. You know, there were a lot of really good things about that family reunion. There was also a little bit of this going on. And then like a little more of this going on. But it was also like really, really good. So we will be doing a little recap on that, just, you know, kind of between us. Then we are going to be moving into some other fun things. Don't look at this, okay? We are going to be discussing our celebrity lookalikes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? What we've been watching. And I would like to test you on a little bit of common online parlance. See how you do. Then we are going to be playing a listener voicemail that came in. We are going to be potentially discussing some of our beauty routines, our supplement stacks, our relationship to weight, etc. And then a few other questions I kind of threw in there at the end. We'll see if we have time for them. So let's go ahead and start, if you will, with just kind of a quick update on, you know, how you're doing, Leia, what's happening with you, etc.
I'm doing fine. I think I'm working with about 8 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours. I had this big election to prep for, and then I was up late and I slept badly. So, you know, I don't know. And then also I feel like I'm still kind of recovering from family reunion.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite there yet.
It was really interesting. I felt like, so we had, the experience was, we'll just have to get down to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, one of our brothers did not come. And
it was the one that we predicted would be the most likely to be volatile.
It was one of the two that we predicted, and he did not come. And, you know, I don't know why I'm sort of getting that out there in the beginning. It just felt like,
I felt like we were so excited to have all 7 of us together for the first time in 25 years. That we were really, really excited for that. And there was a little bit of letdown that didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of emotions riding on this thing. And this is a really, I mean, we're getting into it right away, but this is hard for me because this is a sibling where the relationship has been sort of on and off. It's the only sibling relationship in my life where I have at some point said, I'm not going to talk to this person for a while, and then have kind of made up, and it's been this back and forth, and I really felt like this was going to be a healing moment. And unfortunately, I kind of came away feeling, at least from that, with that particular sibling, further away. So it's so right. So I don't love that, but what I really didn't like was that it was it kind of colored the rest of our experiences. There was a lot of discussion of why didn't this person come? Why did whatever? But what was also crazy was we hung out as a family Friday night, which was really fun, and all Saturday, and then on Sunday, all of us were dead tired.
So tired. So tired. Yeah, both of us still had people staying at our house, and I was basically incapable of doing any kind of hosting. I was everyone just needs to chill out and go to sleep. Now, I will say one thing. On Sunday night and into Monday and still, the internet has been out at the farm. We haven't had any internet. And not that we weren't all hanging out before and connecting, but it did seem that when the internet went out, there was a much stronger gathering of people. And also the teenagers were there. Our teenage niece and nephew were there. And we were all basically just sitting in a circle telling stories about different family trips or things that had happened and just like laughing. And it was like a pretty incredible moment of connection. And it happened the next morning too, again, when the internet was out. And I don't know, maybe that would have happened anyway, but I do think that like when you are not able to be distracted by your phone or look at things, like the most interesting thing in the room becomes the people and your family and the stories and the things that you have to share with each other.
No, that's absolutely true. I mean, for me, typically, like, it could very well be like some scab that I need to like get off of my body. Like, that might be the most interesting thing in the room for
Or
me.
like something in the
Ingrown
mirror
hair
that needs to be squeezed.
Oh, absolutely, like some tweezing. But then the people come pretty quickly after that.
Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah, I mean, the teenagers especially. I mean, the 17-year-old and the 19-year-old, it's like, it is true. And even like I would say our brother Seth, like often kind of disappears into the phone. So that is kind of cool.
Did you want to talk about your prowess on the badminton court at all?
Oh my gosh. Do you think I had some?
Oh, yeah. Here's one reason I know you had some, okay, is that Esau, who definitely is probably the best badminton player
He's
there.
probably the most athletic of our siblings.
Definitely, yes. Very strong, very athletic. Also the youngest brother, so he does have that going for him.
It's true.
Also.
His older brother is like, could be his dad, ancient, half in the grave. Oh, 100%. He was like taking
He's
a
wearing
picture.
like a back brace.
Oh my God, dude. He told me, this is our oldest brother. He told me that, so for one thing, when he was like going to take, we did these like individual photos with each one of the siblings. And when he was over there, I was like, there are the gray hairs. Like all the gray hairs were over there.
White.
And then, yeah, the white hairs. And then he told me that he's like, he's like, so he stayed in my house in Chicago for an extra night. And he was like, somebody was like, can I take a bath in your bathtub? And I was like, of course, you don't even have to ask that. Like, take a bath tonight. But then I was like, what did he do to himself? And then later he was telling me about how his plane had a lot of turbulence and that it was aggravating like an abdominal injury. I was like, your abs hurt from turbulence? Like,
What?
yeah. So
What?
anyway, so he's a bit older than Isa, but Isa is he's always been athletic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Luca, also the 17-year-old, quite good, but maybe just like not as quite as refined as Isa is, But the reason that I know that you were really doing well on the badminton court is that I would hear Isa say things like, "Oh, I want to hit it around with Mariah again.
Oh,
Is Mariah around? I want to hit that badminton birdie around with her." And he's a pretty competitive type, so it's not like he just wanted to hang out with you. He wanted to feel the competition with you on the court,
that's
and you
really
did
nice.
look really good out there. I mean, definitely 100% the best female.
well, remember last time we played?
Yes, I
It
do.
was a disaster.
I do, yes.
So I don't know what
You
happened.
redeemed yourself.
It was just, I was feeling good.
And some.
But, here's the thing. I appreciate what you're saying about Esau, and I did also feel that. But he's also been like a very zen place. I think I need to bring that one down. But he has been in like a very, very zen place because I had a traumatic experience playing with badminton with him once. So he
Right.
may have been also doing like a little bit of reacting to
repair
that.
on that,
Oh
yeah.
my God. Apparently, he didn't even remember it because I brought it up and he was like, what are you talking about? But I went and played with him in Bellevue once. And this was like before he had gotten sort of found Buddha.
He's a Buddhist.
Yeah. And I really am enjoying the drops today. It was before he was a Buddhist, and he was like really not very fun. Like anytime I'd miss something, he'd be like, "Come on," like a lot of that kind of stuff, and like actually angry. But it was wonderful to see him because he definitely is like in just such a wonderful place, and it really made me feel good about the potential for just like growth as an adult.
Absolutely. I would say he fit into the description of like toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Like not very long ago.
Like 5-6 years
Maybe
ago.
5 or 6 years ago. And I think like the amount of work and growth that he has done on himself is like truly astounding.
I know. I'm really proud of him.
And like I feel like I have a lot to learn from him, and I feel like our nieces and nephews have a lot to learn from him, and even some of our brothers have a lot to learn
I think
from him. and I'm
especially our brothers.
Yeah, and I think it's really great. I'm really proud of him.
Yeah, and he's also been doing like really well
Oh, play that one again. Play it like
He's
4
doing
times.
really
and
well
again.
on that side. He's doing like some of this,
and
and then
so
he's
on.
also doing like a little bit of this. And it's a great combination for him. Okay,
He is.
so thank you for just a quick recap on the family reunion. I would say one really good positive was we loved our photographer Paige.
Oh, yeah.
I will link her.
Yeah,
In
we
our,
should do like a little shout out to
our
her. Huh?
photography photos. But I think I'm just trying to remember how to pronounce her last name. Can you look that up for
I'm
me?
trying to. Yeah, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, she did an amazing job, and she suggested actually that we take some Spicy in Wisconsin podcast photos. So we did, and that was quite fun. I also have another exciting update, which is that tomorrow we have our first official call with Wonder State Coffee to discuss sponsorship. If any of our listeners have any knowledge whatsoever about how, like, what ad payment we should be looking for, I would be really interested, because what I've looked up so far is like it's how many thousands of listeners per, and I'm like, we don't even have 1,000. So what is it? What do you do if you have like a quarter of that? Like, do you? Okay, so anyway,
I
that'd
mean,
be great.
also just like, can you believe it? We might have a sponsor.
Well, we might have a sponsor.
Can
We
you
have to decide
believe
what we
it?
want to ask for. And this is another thing I'd put out to the listeners, which is Leia and I are kind of at what we would call an inflection point here. I'm about to leave 1 week from today. I'm out of here. And do we want to continue the podcast from afar? We could do it from here plus Chicago. We can do a remote show. We could plan for being, together when we need to be together. But that's really the question. Like, do we want to keep doing this on a more regular basis? Do we want to do special shows? What are our listeners interested in? And because that's going to kind of reflect how we have this conversation with Wonder State.
Yeah, right. Like, are you wanting to listen to this show once a week? Are you wanting to just like find it once a month, maybe randomly? Do you wish it would go away forever so you never had to listen to it again? And so Mariah would never text you, be like, hey, can you listen to my podcast, please, please?
No, dude, I was in the sauna the other night. I'm like,
That could be a listener.
I know, who is that? Do some guerrilla marketing on her. I was in the sauna the other night and with like this group sauna, and these people, like this
You
group.
can shout that out too. Our friend Jacqueline.
Oh
who
yeah,
has this
Jacqueline Kendall
community
sauna, which is
yeah.
amazing. And here in Southwest Wisconsin, such a great thing if you want a sauna. It's really fun. It was over at Indigo Ridge Lavender Farm. Have you been there?
No, I have not.
Really pretty spot, kind of by Black Earth. It's actually by Hoofbeat Ridge.
What's that?
Hoofbeat Ridge is like the horse camp.
Oh
I know.
my
You gotta
god.
get Esther
Hey, that would be
rolling.
a really fun, actually, like on the road episode would be to go horseback riding together.
I know you're obsessed with this idea of horseback riding.
I really am. I
find
mean,
it, like,
when's the last
sexual?
time you went horseback riding?
Well, I've done quite a bit of horseback riding. Remember I got bucked off that horse?
Yeah, I do. Like those neighbors had horses and
Yeah.
you were like all in on that for a
I
while.
went like a lot every weekend, but the last time that I went horseback riding, I was probably in Argentina, like 20 years ago.
Whoa. What was that like?
I don't think it was anything special.
Okay.
It was like
the state fair.
no, it was like with the gauchos. Do you know what those are? Those are like
like the
Argentine
cowboy?
cowboys. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
No, it was fun actually.
That really scared me. That really, really scared me. How do you make it so your calls don't come in? Do I need to put them
It's
on
all good.
Do not disturb.
I think we should move into. So did you find Paige's last name?
Stoltz.
Yeah, Paige
Stoltz,
Stoltz Photography.
yeah.
She did a fantastic job. We have some fun photos from that. We will be sharing them. But yeah, I'd love to hear what people think. Because, like, if I'm being real, it does cost us a little bit of money to, like, keep the podcast rolling. It's not a lot of money, but it takes time. It takes effort. We like doing it. It would be amazing to break even. It'd be amazing to make some money from it, from our time. It's really a labor of love. But, they say, if you love your job, you never work a day in your life.
That's what they say. I'm
What are you doing?
trying to do this like joke on you, but I it's like kind of hard to do it. Like,
I'm just
with
going to
my-
wait. All right. So I would like to.
Oh wait, the joke is.
Oh my God. Where did you get that?
I guess Steve likes me more than he likes you.
Did he send that to you? I think it's Steven. Wait, did you find that somewhere? No.
It's for you. It's for you. You can have it.
Thank you so much. He said he was sending me some new ones. I'm just showing those to the camera watchers. My Bufalina hat. I've been just thirst trapping so hard for a new fucking baseball hat. Like, how hard is it? But honestly, if I
But it
needed-
turns out I had like a freshie just hanging out at my house.
well, this isn't the original brand though.
oh.
Because Steven was saying that the new ones aren't as good. So I think this is still not the OG. But thank you for
darn
finding
it.
that.
You can have that.
Thank you so much.
You probably left it at the farm.
I know. Okay, let's go ahead and play a little something, which is a listener submission,
Great.
a listener voicemail from my friend Lexi, because I kind of think this also talks a little bit about some of the stuff we were discussing related to like the podcast, kind of, and people's interest. Okay, here we go. Let's take a listen.
Okay, I'm sure that you get a lot of unsolicited feedback and or like suggestions for your podcast, but as someone who is only on Instagram 1 or 2 days a week, I would love if you and Leia had an email distribution list like Substack or Ghost or Beehive or one of those like email newsletter platforms.
I've never heard
so
of any of those.
that I know a new episode is out and what it's about, and it will just remind me to listen to it. Anyway, disregard if you hate that idea, but yeah, mostly I just want everyone to have a blog.
Okay, I love the
Wow.
last part of that because I feel
Wow.
like that's when we really got real. But do you want to just
Lexi,
unpack that with me?
Thank you so much for calling in and leaving a voicemail. We really appreciate that.
It
kind
was
of stuff.
actually a voice memo that she sent to me that I then had to like work
yeah.
jerry rig onto my computer
You
and
had
into
to
the
do
audio
get
track.
like a PhD in audio
This
engineering
is why
to do
I'm
that.
saying like some sponsorship would really be helpful because people can't fucking call the voicemail line apparently.
I don't think we put the phone number out there yet.
I put it in the description. In the description. No calls.
Thank you for doing that.
So what do you think?
I think it's a great idea. I think an email is great. I don't think it needs to be. I mean, okay, so then we have to have people subscribe to our like newsletter.
Well,
or
here's a
email.
couple thoughts. Okay, listen to this. So she's like, this is how I know if you have a podcast. Last time I checked, the podcast updates automatically into your podcatcher.
If you
Like when
liked it.
No, if you follow the podcast on iTunes, like if you are subscribed, you automatically get an update. So I'm not sure. I don't really use Spotify for podcasts, so maybe you do.
It definitely like shows up that there's like a new one. Like it would have like the shows that you listen to, and then there would be like a little green dot by it indicating that there was a new show that had just come out.
Yeah. So for me, that's kind of something where I'm like, I kind of feel like you're putting the work back on me, but I think you really spoke your truth in the end there when you said that you want everyone to have a blog.
Yeah, because the newer podcast episodes would be a great place for those to live on the blog.
Yeah, I get that. And the description also, you said, what did she say? She said, and I'd like to know if it was available and what it was about. I feel like she's doing a lot of screening, honestly. I'm like, if you are an OG, you're listening to the show no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah,
Right,
so I'm
right.
like kind of like a little bit. Look, Leia and I have both had blogs. I love blogging. There's no limit to the amount that I feel that like the world is interested in like hearing from
I
me.
find myself being someone that talks a lot. I always like feel bad because I don't mean to.
And like I'll talk a lot, I'll write a lot, I'll share a lot. You know, I'm down for that.
Yeah, you love to share.
Love.
Share. Sharing. Yeah, and I mean, I think Substack is an interesting idea, right? Like we see a lot of podcasts on Substack, maybe on Substack only. And then there we were looking at some kind of like subscribership. You know, we could go for a free option, but if we are saying like, hey, we want to make money at this podcast, that would be a way for us to get some dollars flowing our way.
Yeah, I think you can do that through podcasts, like Apple Podcasts, so too. You can just make people subscribe.
Oh, that's true. Or you can have like certain episodes that are like you have to pay for.
For, like the global elites. Yes.
Yeah, like the global elites, exactly. And those ones are ones that can be really spicy if
That's
we
true.
wanted to.
That's
you
not
know?
a bad call. Put those behind the paywall. Anyway, something to think about. But more importantly, I'm just so pleased to hear from someone on the listener side. And I do love that our friend Lexi she's a power user of the voice memo,
Oh, love that.
which I also love.
Well, actually, do you love that?
Love.
You love like anytime someone sends you a voice memo, you're like really excited to raise that to listen.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's you can like listen to it while you're doing stuff. It's so much faster and more personal than like the voice to text, which
is a
which
joke.
always sucks.
Voice to text is a joke. Actually, you sent a good voice to text today. I was like deeply impressed by that text you sent.
Which
to
one was
Mom.
it?
It was just like about coming out to the farm on Sunday, but it said like was sent with Siri, and I was like, she got that? She got that with Siri? Like, how did she get Siri to behave so well? Like, Siri never does that
No,
for me.
Siri never does that for me.
Siri is bad.
Okay. I have some other subject matter that was brought to us by Cyril.
Oh, good.
Yes, he has suggested. No, he did. He's going to come up again as well. He wanted us to discuss medical abnormalities that you find most interesting.
Ooh.
Least favorite book, whether you should finish books you don't like halfway through, and ideal number of siblings.
Great question.
Do you want to tackle any of those right now?
First of all, I do not think you should finish books that you're halfway through that you don't like. I don't like. There's only so much time in this world. Move on to something else if you don't like it. You may at some point come back to it, but I feel no obligation to finish a book that I started if I don't like it.
Yeah, dude, I do something like really toxic, which is like I listen to like the audiobook until there's like 3 minutes left.
And then you don't
I'm
listen
done.
to the rest of it?
Like it's basically been resolved, and I feel like it's just sort of the tying of the bows, and I'm like done. Or maybe like 5 minutes, like some
Yeah, you're
some
just kind of
actual
like, okay,
critical
done.
amount. Yeah, I don't want to listen to the rest of it.
Yeah. And then what else did he say?
Medical
Ideal?
abnormalities that you find most interesting.
Oh my God, I don't know.
I'm afraid to touch this question because
Get
I
in
just
there.
feel like there's
Get in
so
there.
much.
I mean, I think these like bumps that I have on my arm, I don't find them to be interesting. I find them to be horrific.
Well, you know I have one now too.
Yeah, you have like the
I have this
goiter.
huge goiter on my shoulder that just appeared out of nowhere. I
And
mean,
it's
I
not
would
getting
say
any better.
generally, I have to have it ultrasound, but it's probably just what you have. I would say, okay, I am both disgusted and fascinated by people's like fungal issues.
Yeah, mostly disgusted though, right? Like whatever I have going on my toenails.
Yeah. Well, I think I feel like slightly happy about it because
don't have that?
I've overcome the toe fungus, but it seems to like plague our family.
Here's one thing that I don't understand is like when people have yellow teeth and they choose to do nothing about it.
I'm
guess
going
that's
in
not-
for some teeth whitening soon.
Good. Thank God.
dude, my
Everyone
teeth
should.
What are you doing?
I mean, I think I brush twice a day and floss, and then I would
That's
like
the norm.
and then I would hit that with like some white strips.
You do the
know?
white strips.
If I was feeling like really worried about it, I might go like just with a little hydrogen peroxide rinse. That
What?
will just bleach your teeth.
Excuse me?
So white.
Are you supposed to do that?
I don't know.
Who told you to do that?
I probably read it on like Reddit or something.
Oh my God. Well, didn't you also do, speaking of medical abnormalities,
Oh my God! Don't even talk about that.
didn't you
Are you
one time do like
No.
a treatment?
Several. You made the one on my feet.
Can you share that with us?
Oh my God, it was so bad. I have like a lot of like calluses on my feet, right? Like, I mean, I think everyone
Okay.
does. You do too, don't you? I
Yes.
mean,
But one thing that like we have shared before is just like you and I, people are like, you guys look like twins. It's like, until you see our feet. And actually our hands too.
And,
Like you have like huge, you can't really see it from here, but you have these like massive feet and they're like wide and like knuckly.
they're
Your
disgusting.
toes
They're
are
awful.
long.
They're
Like we have
awful.
different foot
there's
genetics.
like nothing cute about the foot. Your foot's
Zero.
like kind of cute.
No,
you
I
know,
have
but mine-
small toes.
No.
Yeah, even if you paint your toenails, also you always are going for like green or brown on your toenails, which I'm like, say you
Get
have
as
foot
far
fungus
as-
without saying you have foot fungus.
Whatever. I had that green color on the other day, and you're like, "That's actually kind of working for you."
It was looking cute.
So yeah, like a lot of like calluses on the foot, and I was like, you know what? I just really would like to have like soft, like baby feet. Wouldn't that be so nice? And then I spent some time searching on the internet, and I found like this method, you know, and I think it involved like making a paste out of like lemon juice and like ground up aspirin.
You said Coke. Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Okay. So it was something like that. And then you take that and you like
Oh my God.
put it on your feet. And then you wrap your feet in like plastic. You leave that for like a
It was
little
supposed to
bit.
be like a day or like an hour or
It was
two,
supposed to be
right?
like an hour or two, but then I like fell asleep in the nighttime. And then I woke up in the night and my feet were like burning.
Oh my God.
I like burned my
What was it like when you took it off? Did it like
It was
the
bad. Like
skin
the skin
fall
was like
off?
there was like, so much skin was just like coming off, but like not in a good way. Like not like in a painful like way.
holes in your foot?
I don't know. I can't even remember, but it was bad. Also, one time I had like a ringworm
Oh my God.
on my
when?
leg.
Recently?
I was when I was
Oh,
pregnant. When I was
remember
pregnant,
that.
and then I also thought like, oh, this will be great. I'll just like take some raw garlic and like slap it on there, and then like put a bandage over it. And I remember it was like burning, like so badly. It was like hurting so bad, and I was like, oh, it's fine.
the hippies here. The
It's
hippies
fine.
here.
It's just like I was like, oh, it's just like killing the ringworm. It's fine. And then like the next day, I like took the bandage off, and I had like a burn from the garlic, like an actual burn. So then I had
Was
to
the
heal from
ringworm
that.
gone?
It was actually. Yeah, but I have like a scar from the burn.
Have you ever had a wart
Yeah.
on your foot?
What about you?
Yeah, I did. I had like a period of time where I had a few of them, and I think I ended up doing like black duct tape over it, and they went away.
And it worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never. I mean, the digging, some digging.
Were you there when Jake was discussing like that very long story about like how to prevent blisters in the field?
Dude, I tuned him out. I was like mentally in a different place. I was just like, no one cares at all. Like, also, I get blisters. Esau ran 5.5 miles in hiking boots. Okay, I think if anyone wants to talk about blisters, then he would be available.
All right. Any other medical abnormalities that we would like to go over?
I think the gross ones are the most interesting to me.
Yeah, but like anything that you like would see on somebody in like a group setting, and you like would not be able to take your eyes off of.
I mean, there's the obvious things. I do think it's an interesting conversation, like especially with kids, because when you see someone that's like doesn't have a limb, like kind of it is, especially when you're a kid, it's like hard to look away from that. And that's something that I've like kind of discussed with my kids, is like they'll be like, oh, that's so weird. And it's like, that is not weird. It's somebody's body, and that's how interesting and how fascinating. Like, do you see how they have like a prosthetic, and like sort of talking through that stuff. But I mean, it is kind of fascinating. I think a lot of we're seeing like less and less medical abnormalities, though.
I know that is really interesting. I was thinking too about our maternal grandmother. Only had 4 fingers, no thumbs on both of her hands, which was like a birth defect. And I think, in fact, when she was born, her fingers were like webbed together.
Yes,
and they had to be like surgically separated. Which, think about that. That was like a long time ago. Like now, that would be probably like a no big deal surgery.
In the 20s, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
In the 20s. So like imagine doing that. What, did they even have like electricity back then,
Yes, I think there was probably electricity then. Yeah, it's really interesting. And like she had the most beautiful penmanship. She was incredible at sewing. She was a weaver. And so like it didn't hold her back in any way, but it was always something you noticed and looked at, and like, yeah, it must have been really hard for her going through life with that.
Yeah, and she was a school teacher too. I can imagine children were probably kind of unrelenting about that.
We actually, speaking of our grandmother Teddy, one thing that we did successfully do during our family gathering was we did, in fact, find the burial sites for our parents. And you had mentioned that maybe it went up again in the town meeting.
Yeah, we took it to town meeting.
What did you take to town meeting? Back up on that.
Basically, you're just looking for a recommendation for your town board to say to the county, we as a town are okay with this. You have our blessing to go after this conditional use permit. The town board wants us to take it to the long range planning committee, which deals a little bit more with like zoning and variances and what the purpose of this land is and how we want to use it and blah, 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 blah. So we're going to have to take it to the long range planning committee.
What does that mean? Is that still sort of part of your town board?
It's a separate entity, and in fact, they don't really have like any power at all, but it's more of like an advisory to the town board. Once we get like approval from the long range planning committee, if we do get it, then it'll go back to the town board, and then it'll go to the county. This whole process shouldn't take very long, but what was really interesting was that we put it on the agenda, and then a bunch of different people, it was also election day, so people were coming through and voting, and like several people were like, hey, that's something that actually we're really interested in too.
Oh, that's great.
And like we have the same situation, which is like a husband and wife, and we would like to be buried on our land. And in fact, we're in the process, the long range planning committee is in the process of rewriting our comprehensive plan. And so I think it would make sense for us to put something in our comprehensive plan.
Oh, that's great.
About having green burial sites and being in favor of allowing a variance to have two green burial sites, and for it not to qualify as a cemetery in this special case where it's a husband
because
and
that's
wife.
what we're doing right now. So like here in Wisconsin, you can pretty much, with some minor paperwork and bringing it to the committee, you can have one person buried on your property in a green burial, which I think is really cool, because I am not all about those like chemicals getting pumped into people, the preservatives, the crap, the waste.
Sometimes there's also like a concrete box that they're put into, you know, which is really wild.
I am not interested in any of that, just like for myself personally, and in generally, like I've leaned towards cremation because I really don't believe in all of the waste related to burials. But I certainly love the idea of being able to go and have our parents' remains on the property. And even for myself, I would love to have my remains be in a place that people could go and see. So this particular variance would allow, like, not just one person, but two people. And that's kind of the same deal as, like, two or more people, you could be considered a cemetery. We don't want a cemetery.
No.
At this point.
Right.
We want just like
we want the
an
same
allowance.
rules of a one person to apply to two people,
Yeah.
which it seems like is something that is done in Iowa County. They have granted this variance
great.
before, and there
Yeah.
are people who have this. So
Yeah.
it's all moving forward as it should, and I think it'll be really great. And we chose the site on our piece of property where we would like to have them buried.
And everyone agreed. It was really cool. Like, we walked around, we like went to all these different spots, like up the hill, down, and then we like found this spot that was like really kind of right in front of us in some ways.
Yeah.
And it just felt so right. And we also were able to spread our grandmother's ashes and our great aunt's ashes. And like, this is something that I haven't taken part in a lot of like funerals. I've never been to like a burial.
Yeah, me either.
So it was really nice. And I think I maybe had a little bit of like fear or trepidation, not like anything. I just didn't know how I would feel in that situation or how other people would be reacting or if that would be hard.
Yeah.
But I just loved it. We like talked about our grandma and like I could tell it meant a lot to our mom.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And it was just like really calm too.
Yeah.
There was like this calmness to it that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that went really well. I was like definitely worried that we wouldn't be able to settle on a site, and I was actually like really trying to get mom and dad to like decide before they brought all of us into it. But it just like
It worked out.
It worked out better than I could have ever
Yeah,
possibly
it was good.
imagined. Yeah.
Okay.
We do have an email that pertains to that. Should we read it? It's about green burial, I think.
I think that looks a little bit long, but
Yeah.
what I would say is if we have any listeners in North Carolina who are interested in learning more about this, we have an incredible resource for you. And I would just like to say to Will Roski, it's so nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
We're not on my anticipated podcast listeners. So like the fact that you threw out the email to us, like I was just, and also thank you because it's given me a lot to go to your cousins with and be like, hey, Samantha and Stowe, like, why aren't you guys listening? Your cousin's listening. I'm not even close to him. Your cousin's listening and he's sending in an email. So that should increase the listenership.
Yeah, definitely. And also, Will, it was like really nice to reconnect with you like this past year. You're
Yeah.
so lovely and wonderful.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my day yesterday and just share something. And then we're going to move into a little more like fun stuff. Okay.
Yeah, let's
So,
go.
we bought our house with 5 years ago, 4 and a half years ago, something like that, here in Spring Green. Great house, love it. It had just been like the kitchen was renovated in an absolutely terrible way. Okay, like horrendous.
Yeah. I mean, not horrendous.
Kind of
but,
horrendous,
like, yeah.
in the worst suburban taste you can
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
And they had also like maybe been like we bought the house like kind of right when this was happening, like right when he finished, and it got the sense that he was like, okay, they want the house. And I didn't have to put a dishwasher in. I'm not putting it. I'm not buying a dishwasher.
Or a microwave. Like there's like a hole
Yeah.
for that and a hole for a dishwasher.
So we haven't had a dishwasher. And I'm not like, that's not a problem for me. Like we grew up without a dishwasher.
Yeah.
We grew up without like water a lot of the time.
Yeah, without running water at the sink.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, you know. But we are kind of getting to the point where we'd like to Airbnb our house a little bit when we're not there. Bring in some extra cash. And so I was like, okay, it is time. It is absolutely time to get the dishwasher in here so that we can be, like I said, you know, making a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And also, you know, just like it'd be nice to get the house like moving in a direction of like looking good. So
Yeah.
I went over to Bob's Electric. Oh my God. This is place in Dodgeville. Absolute gem of a place.
Yeah.
I walk in there and I'm just like in heaven, okay? Because it's like, yes, they have the appliances. This is like a very small town appliance store.
That's been around for
100 years. at
100
least.
years, yeah.
Oh my God. It has the clippings in it and everything. And like old newspaper clippings.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. And our parents have been going there for years. They don't
Yeah.
ever go anywhere else except for Bob's.
And they'd like talk about it, and I totally would do like eye rolling. And then I went in there, I was like, oh my God, this place actually is like so cool.
Yeah.
Because you go in there, and sure, they've got all like the new appliances, but I went in and said, hey, look, I don't want to buy anything new. Like, I don't like new stuff. And that's like really becoming more and more true for me. It's like, I'm really against like, as much as possible, I want to buy used things. And he was like, hey, look, with the dishwasher, it's going to be really hard. Dishwashers kind of get used up and they're not allowed to use market for that. Range, no problem, because I'm also looking for a range.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I go in there Also, he was like down to do a little haggling. I was loving that. It was like a salesperson, but a salesperson. I was really enjoying that. And
could you just like do a little description of what
Okay.
that was
So
like?
I was like, can you do any better on the price on the range? And he was like,
wow.
well, it's used stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, we deliver. And I'm like, well, what if I'm gonna be buying something else today? And he was like, well, you keep working on me a little bit more. And so I was like, okay, there's
So
room.
how many dollars did you get off? You
Not
think, in
much,
the
like
end?
50, and
Like
then I got free delivery. Yeah, 50
great.
and free delivery.
All right.
So but the range is like $650, so it was a little more than I wanted to buy. Like I was like, look, I want to be out of here under $1,000. And I was out of there at 1,048. So I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. And so it was just like, it was a great experience. I ended up, and part of that, I brought the cost down because I brought the dishwasher back in the Gulf yesterday.
Okay.
And then this is what I just like love about small towns. Okay. So I'm at Bob's Electric yesterday. I'm getting to my stuff. I'm like, I'm going to call Bob Hotman. He's the plumber here. Call Bob. His wife answers. She's like, we'll get him over there, see if it can go in. We'll get him over there tomorrow. Dishwasher comes home with me yesterday. Bob comes this morning, checks on it. Yep, this is going to be an easy install. I'll be back after lunch. Bob's there right now. And then, like, I was helping him with stuff. It was so fun. I was, like, learning. That's why I was late to podcast record. Because we're, like, it's so cool. I mean, number one, he's like, yeah, this one doesn't come with a plug. So we have to, like, we created a plug. Have you ever done that? You cut the plug. He cut, like, basically an extension cord. I know what you mean. Cut it. Yeah. And then, like, made that
Wired
into the
the two
power.
together.
It was so cool. Anyway, and that's like, and also, I'm going to get the bill for that. It's going to be like $150 total. Like, it may be not even.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. But it did make me think because, like, a place like Bob's Electric that is like, we want to keep old stuff going. We come and service this stuff. Anything that they sell, even the used stuff, they come and service it for you. Like, I'm getting a new range because I have this LG stove right now that people won't fix.
Right.
I can't get someone to repair it.
Right.
So, like, I could try, and I am actually interested in doing so. But, like, it's not, and people around who are, like, craftsmen, tradesmen who, like, want to keep that going. So, actually talking to Bob about it, like, his son's a plumber, but his son doesn't want to do, like, small town plumbing. And this guy, I mean, he's got to be, like, 90 years old.
I think he's 93.
He's 93. He's sharp as
so.
a tack.
I know.
And he's so strong. He's, like, lifting up these,
he doesn't go on ladders anymore. That's his one
That's
thing.
probably a good thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, his wife is so nice too. It's like a husband and wife run business.
I know.
Yeah,
It was really,
it's
really cool.
amazing. But I think those are good points that you're bringing up about like how there's this planned obsolescence for a lot of stuff, and a lot of people like just don't even have the skills to be able to fix things, or the interest, or there's not that much money in it, and they would rather have like a bigger job in a bigger city or something. And so it does leave us in like a bit of a hard place where oftentimes it's easier just to buy something new than it is to fix the old thing that you have.
I know. I finally this year, like, just let our Amazon subscription. You've done this a while ago, right?
Yes,
like,
but then
expire.
But then I like had to get something on Amazon, and then I'm just like paying the fucking shipping. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
but you know what? So what? You pay shipping once or twice. Like, I don't know. To me, it's more about the mental, like, mentally training our brains to be like, I can't get this tomorrow. Greg was like ordering, oh my God, like 5 massive bottles of like protein powder arrived. Greg's like, I was trying to get this before like Prime expired. I'm like, you can still use Amazon.
right.
Like, it's just you pay shipping.
Right.
You know? But I wonder even like, how much is the shipping? Is it even a factor? Like, are you thinking about it when you buy?
Yeah. I don't know. It is interesting. I mean, we are lucky to live in a small town that has a grocery store and has a hardware store. Like, we are able to support local businesses a lot when we want to. But there are a lot of people that live in places like where you really don't have access to that kind of stuff, you know?
I get that, but I'm like, okay, I can't tell you how many times things arrive at my house where I'm like, you could have just gone to the manufacturer's website and ordered from them.
That is also true.
That's the piece that You're would really like to move
pull
towards.
Amazon out of the loop.
Yes, I want all of my dollars. So I'm like, I buy plenty of things, but I want to go to the site. I want every penny to be going to the manufacturer of the item, especially for brands that I care about.
Right.
Or any brand that I like. And if it's something that I don't care about the brand, then maybe I need to be reconsidering why I'm buying it.
True.
All right.
Yep.
Now we're going to move into a whole new subject, okay? This is something that I have been really wanting to talk to you about. So there are a few like internet abbreviations, we might say, that I'm just it's taken me a while to get there. Okay, so don't look at my screen, but I'm going
Okay,
to
I
tell
won't
you
look.
a few of them. I'm just going to see what you think.
Where did you find these from?
Well, they're like from my real life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So the first one is OFF.
OFF. Okay, can you give me can you use it in a sentence?
No.
OFF.
OFF.
OFF. Can you give me the first word?
Well, okay.
Is it an abbreviation for 3 words? Is it 3 words?
No.
Off. It's wait. OFF. Off.
Wait, now I'm like
Of
worried.
fucking course.
Okay, it's of course. But I don't understand that somehow that seems weird to me. Can you look it up? But I also thought it was of fucking course, which I don't think it is. I think it's of
OFF.
course. Somehow OFF is of course.
OFF. Where do you look this up? Urban Dictionary.
Something like that. Okay, next one.
That was really lackluster.
Okay, let's keep going. It's not done yet. And I'm not done yet.
Okay. It's a modern slang saying you're off or heading
No,
off.
no.
Okay. Not normal.
Oh, I think it's OFC. Of course. I think it's
of
OFC.
fucking course, yeah.
No, I think it's of course, but it's not of fucking course. Because I also thought it was of fucking course. And so, yeah, it's of course.
Of course.
But so then I would be seeing people go like OFC, and I'd be like, relax with the of fucking course, you know? I'm like, geez. Okay. But it's of course. Okay. The next one is, don't look. The next one is ICYMI.
Yeah, in case you missed it.
Okay. I thought you loved that one. Okay.
Love that one.
Okay, what about-
Except I don't use that as much anymore. That's something.
Okay.
Yesteryear.
Yeah. Okay. What about SMH?
Ooh, SMH. What was that sound?
It's like my microphone.
SMH. I gotta think about that one. All right, I've got one for you.
No, you have to answer this one.
I'm thinking about it, but I have one that somebody hit me with the other day, which was LAF.
LAF. I don't know it.
I didn't look it up, but I bet it's lame as fuck.
Okay, LAF.
But I don't know.
Okay, well, SMH, I always thought it was the person who uses this one a lot is Nick Jinkart, Joma's husband.
Okay.
And I always thought it was smash my head. Smash my head. But I think it's actually shake my head.
Oh, shake my head.
It's like
Shake
but
my
I always
head.
thought it was smash
Do you,
which kind of gets
do
to
you
the same
think
point.
that's what it is?
I'm pretty sure. I looked it up.
It does appear that LAF means lame as fuck or lucky as fuck would be another one.
Okay, LAF.
Do you want me to look that one up? SM.
No, I know. I already looked all these up.
What is it? SMH?
Yeah, smash my
Shake
head.
my head.
Shake my head. I think it's just
Shake my head.
shaking my head. Shake my head.
And shaking my head.
Yeah, but I like smash my
Ooh,
head
that's
better.
good, right?
All right, what about
I like that.
TLDR?
Oh, too long. Didn't read.
Yeah, okay. TLDR. Okay,
I
well,
like
you
that
did pretty
one,
well.
too. I've been thinking about returning to a flip phone, okay, where I would have to be doing like the kind of texting where you would have to hit the numbers multiple times to get to the right letter. So these might come in big handy
You're
for
gonna
me.
need this big handy.
I'm gonna need
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of this. Are you really
a
thinking
lot
about
of
that?
shortened things. Yeah, I'm always thinking about it.
You've been saying
But
this forever.
then I was in a conversation the other day, and somebody said this. Sometimes I don't put that person on the group text because they have an Android, and I don't like the way the text delivered to them.
100%. Android users are so stupid.
Okay, but does that also apply to the flip phone?
Dude,
Like,
they
are
won't
the-
even be able
are
to
the
see you
texts-
on the flip phone. Like, you won't exist. You won't exist.
I mean,
They won't even
also
be able to
just,
like receive
I
a
would just
message
to
to
see,
multiple
the
people.
amount of like text messaging that I do. I can't imagine doing that on a flip phone. Like that would be like literally a full-time job for me. You know, like this is still
One thing that
texting.
people talk about loving and being like really fast with was like is a Palm Pilot.
Yeah, or a BlackBerry Pearl. Remember that
People
one? That
loved
one
those.
was like
So-
because it had a full keyboard. You
I
know, so you
know.
would, like,
Yeah, I
it had that little
know.
thing that you could like toggle around.
Yeah.
that was it. But like, think about if you had to take that out of your pocket.
I think it's good.
Take a call on
I
it.
would if I had to
I
get
just don't think you could get it anymore.
if I had to get a dumb phone, I would get a Razor because I think the Razors are kind of slick.
Those,
you know?
yeah, I had a red one. That was a
I
cool
would pop a
phone.
Razor out without any shame. Okay, we are moving on now to your celebrity lookalikes. And I am bringing this up to you because our friend Cyril, who really has turned out to be a P1 of
Absolutely.
the listening audience.
I was wondering if people know what we mean when we say P1, if we've ever kind
I
of
don't think so.
clarified that.
Do you want to, or should we just leave it as
I-
let the mystery be?
I think that it's clear what we're talking about, so I don't think we need to describe it. But it just means like one of our on the ground floor listeners.
Well, I think it means like your target audience. Mm-hmm. Your like, I mean,
Our
like,
demographic one.
We could look it up.
Demo one. Oh, I thought it was just something that like Luke and Andrew came up
No,
with.
I think it's actually a very thing.
Oh, it's like a marketing term. P1 podcast listener.
Okay, I've got another. Yeah, P1 podcast listener. I think it is going to be like your OG. We've got nothing. Okay, maybe it is not real. Okay, well, our friend Cyril, he did. I've got two things to talk about with him. He's given me a lot to work with on the podcast today. Number one, he sent me a message and said, I know you'll think I'm crazy, but you have notable similarities with this individual. And it is Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Do you know who that is? Not Phoebe Bridgers.
Not Phoebe Bridgers, yeah.
Which took me the first time.
was
Phoebe
immediately
Waller-Bridge.
thinking
She did Fleabag, the show. She's the writer. Do you know who she is? That's what she looks like.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm not getting like. Can you show it to the camera? Show
Oh, it'd be my great pleasure.
Show it to
Now I'm like on Wikipedia.
They need to see it. They need to see. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The one that I would always get. You need to pull this one up.
She
Okay.
is British.
Oh yeah, she's British.
Yeah, what do you get?
I get. There was a film that came out when I was in high school, and it was called "Blue is the Warmest Color." It was like a lesbian.
Was I in it?
Yeah, that's why they said the actress looks so much like me. No, so look at that. Blue is the warmest color, and many people told me that was like a big lookalike for them.
Sorry,
like in
you
fact
mean
that they
Lea
were like,
Seydoux?
she has the same
Is it Lea
name
Seydoux?
as me. Well, look at Blue is the warmest color.
I am, but
Okay.
the one that had blue hair, or the other one?
No, I think the other one.
The other one.
Yeah, go to some images maybe so we
I got
can
her.
see what's going on here.
It is cute that Lea Seydoux is in there too. This
yes,
one.
And people would sometimes, that one. I don't think like you can really.
No, that's
I
not
think
coming through.
But maybe also like when I was younger.
When you were younger.
Younger one. I don't know who I would get now. Any ideas? I mean, I think you look like our friend Connie
I know.
Matisse.
You think I do look like Connie
I
Matisse?
like sometimes there'll be like an angle that I see her at, and I'm like, she is giving so much Mariah.
No, I
or
do
the other
see
way
it now.
around.
I do
There's
see
like
it now.
Something about the.
I know.
nose.
Please don't say it. I know. Well, I
The
hate my
shape
side profile,
of the
so I'm not
nose.
surprised.
I think Connie's like very beautiful, but I do think that there's like a visual similarity there. But I don't know about like for me, kind of a one of a kind.
Yeah, you might be. I don't have one that people are often like, "Oh, you look like this person." So okay, well, this was a short segment.
I mean, wait. I used to get like Scarlett Johansson. That would be one that people would give me sometimes.
I hate
Why are
you.
you rolling your eyes? And then Angelina Jolie would be another one, like a young Angelina. Like not making this stuff up. I'm just reporting.
Well,
on the
there's
truth.
one picture from a Star Wars where I looked exactly like Natalie Portman.
You did.
Okay.
That's
Do
true.
you remember that picture?
That's true.
You
yeah.
actually do. I saved that scrap of paper for like 20 years.
That was
it might
you
still
were
be
like
around.
a dead ringer for her.
Dead
Yeah.
ringer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'm like quite hot enough to be like compared to any movie stars.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
like the two that you mentioned are like two of the hottest movie stars out there too. Okay, I got a quick other message here from Cyril that he didn't even like. This wasn't something we need to discuss on the show.
Okay.
But I just wondered if you know what this means. Yes, she's a dyed-in-the-wool East Bayer. Can you break that down for
Dyed
me?
in the wool East Bayer. Okay, so it's gonna have some quality of somebody that lives in the East Bay.
So
It
that's
seems
East
as
Bay of
if-
San Francisco. We're talking about like
Yeah.
Oakland area.
It seems as if maybe she was really there, like fully committed, dyed in the wool.
But what would that mean? Like, is that a war term? Like dyed in the wool?
Dyed in the wool. I mean, and is it dyed like D-I-E-D, or is it like like tie-dyed?
It's dyed in the wool, but I've seen a few grammatical errors from Cyril. Like
And
he
is
said
it-
guys instead of guy apostrophe s, so he might be. Oh, interesting. Oh, Leia, you were on to something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we have here the phrase dyed in the wool is a common misspelling of the idiom dyed in the wool. Wow, I really called that one. So that would be dyed, D-Y-E-D, which describes someone or something thoroughly unchanged, deeply committed, or set in their ways.
Because wool like takes color so well. Yep. It's easy to dye wool. Dyed in the wool.
It is confusing though. Dyed in the Wool is also like now they're doing a little play on words. Like it's also a book, Dyed in the Wool.
Yeah, that seems really annoying.
Spelled dyed, D-I-E-D. Dyed in the Wool. Okay, well, we learn something every day.
That's great. I'd love to learn.
I'm going to be using
phrase
that
or idiom
this week. I'm going to try to use Dyed in the Wool this week.
Any other like good turns of phrases that you like to use that come up for you, like ones that people don't know?
Well, it's hard when you put me on the spot like that. I
I
will
know.
think about them.
Well, I think like one that I like to use like chomping at the bit or champing at
It's
the bit. You know?
champing.
I know, but either way, it's fine. You know, I like that one. Really chomping at the bit there.
I will think about that for next week.
Funny.
I mean, I think that's good. This is different than catchphrase. Like life is
Yeah.
Gouda is more
No.
of just a you thing.
Yeah, I find like hold your horses to be like very nice. Like I like to use that one with my kids. Hold your horses.
I mean,
Hold
our
your horses.
mother, pretty much like one of her go-tos was take a long walk on a short pier.
Yeah, she loves that.
She used to say that to us a lot when we were being like annoying. All right, we've gotten through celebrity lookalikes. We've gotten through our, okay. Now we're going to move on to, well, we're getting pretty close here. Do you want to discuss? Oh,
Yeah, we
I
only
have
have- we
something
only
to
have
discuss
10
with you.
minutes left. We have
I know.
10 minutes, so-
I have something to discuss with you. In the news, we are seeing a lot of information about President Trump being smuggled off of. Have you seen any of this?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So, long story short, I don't know if you remember, like a few months ago, there was this thing where it was like, oh, the plane that he was gifted by the Saudis is like
Yes,
not
yes.
secure. Okay.
Yes.
And that a lot of like the evidence for that was pointing to how he at the last minute did
Got on
not
a
use that
different
plane
plane.
out of
Yeah.
Turkey. He got on the old Air Force One. And even to me, I'm like, yeah, Trump wouldn't do that.
Well, and also like the reasons for it were like so weird.
Well, that's why people thought it was like security. Okay, there was like a major security breach. Okay, so then it turns out what had actually happened was that there was a security threat to him. And so instead of flying out actually on either one of those planes, he was what continues to be described as he was removed from the first plane. He like got on the plane.
Okay.
And the journalists were on the plane and they were told to close their window sashes, which to some people sounded like there was a little bit of a red flag there. We closed their window sashes and then he went like up into the door and then through. And I don't know if you've ever seen on a plane where like both of the doors are open. So because they're usually catering or someone else is working.
I
with
see,
it.
I see.
And so I have seen
So
many
he
times.
appeared to like go on the
He
plane.
went on the plane.
but then he actually got off the
He
other
went
side
straight
of it.
off the plane. And what people are saying, they continue to say, is that he was smuggled off of the plane in a catering cart. So, okay, what kind of like size would you think of that being?
Well, I like to imagine that it's like the one that goes down between the aisles. With,
It's like Ocean's
with,
11.
like the Coke
It's
on
like
it.
that tiny thing.
yeah. And that, like somehow the drawers were removed and like Trump had to get like
Exactly.
shoved in there, and
That's
then there was
exactly
like a blanket
right.
thrown over it. You know.
Yes.
But I think it could also be like the big thing that came on the airplane in order to like load up all of the storage of food. You know, so
Dude,
that would
it's
be like
bigger
something
than
bigger.
all of that. It's like the entire shit. Like it's bad. It's like the back
Like a
of a
shipping container.
smaller than a shipping container. But like imagine one of those trucks. They usually have some sort of container on the
Right.
whole back of them. It's on
Right.
a hydraulic, and that was what
I
he was.
see.
He was with there for like 3 other dudes. Like of
Okay.
course not. They're not going to put him in something. Probably
Right.
he's going to be with other people. So I would just like to say to every news publication that I'm seeing, I think we need to update this from like a catering cart.
I think
Like, that's a
cart,
misnomer.
Like cart is the thing that is just wrong there. You know.
Catering vehicle, catering
Van.
container, like
Yeah,
any of those
right.
things. Yeah. So that I just wanted to kind of go over that with
Thank
you real
you.
quick. Yep.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I think that we're kind of going to wrap it up. Is there anything else on our list of items that you wanted to go
Well,
over?
I'm
And,
sure
like,
Stephanie's going to be upset because we did some teasing and then we didn't do a follow through. So we haven't yet talked about like our beauty routines,
Okay.
our relationship to our bodies. I don't think we have time to discuss that because let's be real, that's a huge conversation.
well, let's just do this though.
But
let's
actually-
talk briefly. We could do like what do we take? What vitamins and supplements and medications do we take? We could do that. Or we could talk about like what services we've done on our bodies. I mean, you shared about the feet.
Yeah. I do think this is a longer conversation, and I think we only have like 7 minutes of this podcast left. I also think that we do, like, not this particular part of the conversation, but I do think, like, as we get into like sort of the weight stuff, that we maybe need to be a little bit careful about how we talk about that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So I think for us, maybe doing a little bit of like preparation on how
Good call.
to discuss that, because I think it's like it can be very sensitive for people, and in fact, maybe even for ourselves. And I also think it might be nice here to get a little bit of listener submissions, right? Like,
Yeah.
I would love to hear some other people's, journeys with their bodies, and how their relationship to their body has changed over time, and if they feel like they have a healthy relationship with their body or not, or what has contributed to that.
That sounds really
Yes.
interesting to me, and I think you're right. I think we should give some disclaimers, think about how we want to speak about that, and I think that's good.
But we could talk about services. I think that's an interesting thing.
Okay.
I mean, I would say that I
can go
haven't
first.
had that many services on my body, but I absolutely would get a boob job. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah,
that was
that's one
on the
that you
table,
want.
I would get a boob job,
Well, you could.
like a lift,
It's
like
just
a breast
expensive.
lift, I mean, I really think like the scarring would be like basically you wouldn't even see it.
Oh, nothing. It's only
know what
the
I mean?
cost. What
Yeah.
size titties do you want?
I mean, I just like want the size breasts that I have, but I want them higher.
Right. And like less skin.
Lifted.
Less
Yeah,
around the skin.
Tighter.
Yeah. Well, I do think it's interesting because you have, you like had much bigger boobs for a long time,
Yeah.
especially when you're like breastfeeding and all that stuff. Like it does.
Or
like,
even
things
just like when
change.
I was younger, I had much bigger breasts.
Right.
I mean, this is like a whole nother conversation.
That's another
about, like,
conversation.
my body too.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a different conversation. Okay, so boob job, would be high on the list for you. So
Definitely.
here's what I have experienced in my life. So I regularly go in and get the waxing done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've
lot
only
of-
gotten that like one time.
Okay, it's great, and I have an amazing woman in Chicago. She does a great job.
What about like lasering? Like, is that
Never
something
done
that people
it.
do? It seems to
I've
be
never
quite
done
effective.
it.
Right?
Yeah, Lizzie does. We could. Should we
Ooh,
call
we
her?
should get. Yeah, let's call her right now.
Okay.
Oh, I hope she answers. Lizzie.
I have to get on the other like.
Oh
phone
wait,
line.
is this going to be hard?
It might be. Keep talking
Because
about.
you have to get onto the. Yeah.
I think we're gonna keep recording.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's
I
call
think
her.
you're doing it. You are doing it. Yes. So the waxing.
She
you
may
get
not
that.
answer. It's gonna come from a weird number, but we'll try. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna see what happens.
Do you want me to text her and tell her she's got a call coming in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, this is how the podcast is. This is how magic
This
is
is
made.
when we are pulling back the curtain. We are pulling back the curtain.
She's not going to answer. There's like no chance. She's like on
I
the
know.
beach.
She's probably like boning some hottie
100%.
that she met at a rave last night.
Totally. Okay, here we go.
Love her.
Did you tell her you were calling her?
I'm trying.
Just say answer.
I don't have her number saved or something. Oh. Wow.
I'm going to text her too.
Spicy in Wisconsin.
She's blocking us.
Lizzie.
I did text her.
Lizzie.
Your call has been forwarded to
Should we leave her a
voicemail.
message?
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Yes.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Lizzie, it is Mariah.
And Leia.
We are calling you from the podcast. This is like your one and only opportunity to be on the show. And we called you because we wanted you to share a little bit about laser hair removal
Yeah, especially in the pubic
in
region.
the pubic region.
or anywhere, honestly.
You can call us
Armpit.
back if you get this in the next 2 minutes. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh, I love that hang up sound.
Well, we can call anyone
That's
else
a
you
nice
want.
one.
Anyone else who's had some services done. So I go in for the waxing. I've never done any of the lasering. I have also, I'm trying to think, I get my nails done. I like doing that. I've never gotten like the acrylics. I get my toenails basically only because my hands are too, like, they always chip. I
Yep.
get my toenails done like once, maybe a month, once every 6 weeks. I
mean, what else counts? Acupuncture, massage, that kind of stuff. No, we're talking like beauty treatments.
And then I have gotten Botox twice, maybe 3 times, I think twice this year.
Yeah.
And
what is your feeling about it? How do you feel like that went for you?
You know, I have mixed feelings. So it felt like it was like, I was curious about it for a long time. I was like, do I want to do this? Is this something I'm interested in? And I felt like a lot of people around me were like getting Botox. I was like, do I want to do this guy? And at some point, actually, Lizzie was like, well, just do it. She's like, unfortunately, it goes away.
Right.
So like, check it out.
Like, it's not a permanent thing. I know. I'm also reading
Okay.
your husband's text messages.
Greg is sending me something. I'm like, is that one of...
He just wants to know if you should go pick up Charlie, and then he said, never mind, I'll just do it. But also, isn't Aaron picking him up?
Yeah.
Okay. So where did you get the Botox? Like,
okay, I
where
went
was
into
the
this
problem areas?
Oh yeah, I got some here, I got some here, and I got some here.
Okay, so
And now
what you
that's,
did
like,
was
gone.
in between the eyes, up above the eyebrows, and then
that's
on
like
the
gone now. Like now,
crow's
and it
feet.
does, yeah. And what I didn't know was like it gives you like a brightness. I didn't expect that. Like your skin does have like a radiance and a brightness and stuff like that. Which I'm more like, I liked that part, but I actually don't like the way your face looks like frozen, and it's expensive. Like each time I'd go, be like $400.
Wow.
And you go every 3 months. Like that to me
Wow.
just feels like kind of unless I'm
Sustainable.
like, I love this, and I don't want to look like with that like sort of frozen face. Like, okay, our sister Jessica said something that really stuck in my head, which was, I don't want you to equate looking young with like being
Youth with beauty.
Youth with beauty, yeah. And like that's certainly true when I look at older women. I'm just like, they're so gorgeous, like especially women like our mom, our sister, who have aged
Like
really naturally.
aged women,
yeah. So I kind of think, I'm not saying never again. Like I could imagine if I had like a big work event or something, like maybe that, but I don't think it's going to be a regular thing for me anymore.
Yeah.
I do really like getting facials, and I would certainly be open to doing some like micro needling or some of that kind of stuff. But again, it's really expensive, and I feel like my skin has actually improved a lot. So I take spirulactone, which is for hair and skin and nails, and that's helped me a lot. Like I had much more like problem skin. Like I would actively have like breakouts every time I had my period. That's like totally lessened that up.
Yeah.
And my hair stopped falling out.
Are there any other like side effects that you get from
Apparently it
spirulactone?
gives you lower T.
Oh, have you noticed a decrease in your sex drive or your anger on the badminton court?
I no, I haven't really seen anything from that, but
for men, maybe it's more.
I don't know. My doctor said I may actually go in and have like all my levels checked at some point here, because I think it's good to get a read on that before you move into any perimenopause.
Well, I mean, that's another thing that we can talk about too, of like HRT, like hormone replacement therapy, and our feelings on that, and if we would ever jump in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just like to be like, can I just have higher estrogen all the time? Like, can I just feel like I'm ovulating like every day?
certainly you can ask. Well, one thing that was also
Like the
interesting is
idea of
that
that.
I for a long time was like, I don't want to be on any hormonal birth control.
Yeah.
That was something that I really felt like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I am now on an IUD that is called the Liletta IUD, and you basically don't get a period. And I learned a lot about that process, that like you're not changing your hormone levels like all throughout your bloodstream. You're changing your hormone levels like very localized, sort of at your cervix level. And I
like,
haven't had any mood swings or mood changes like from it.
And it doesn't, like, the thing that I don't like the idea of not getting my period. Like, I really like the feeling of my cycle, which you also did say you're still like cycling through things, but like you're not bleeding. But then like I'm just like, okay, so then the lining of your uterus just doesn't ever build up, and what's going on in there, you know?
Well, I mean, you're not trying to have kids, so I'm not really sure what the issue is. Like, I don't know.
At some point you might be like,
Fine, then gank the IUD, and there you go. What kind are you going to get? You're going to get the
I think I'm going to get copper.
copper. Yeah.
But that one's supposed to make you have like really
Horrible.
heavy periods.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
had that. Didn't you have that one? You had horrible
So
periods.
bad. But
Yeah.
I already had heavy periods before that. I'm actually getting another ultrasound on my uterus here pretty soon to see if I still have because before children I had fibroid tumors, and they did not bother me at all, but it probably contributed to heavier periods. All right. Well, on this fascinating note, is there anything else we would like to discuss or bring up or phone a friend?
I think we should wrap it up here.
Okay.
We're trying to hit that hour mark.
We are. And so please share with us, if you would, some of your thoughts about the final episode. We would love to hear from you. I will just quickly share our voicemail number. That is going to be 1-608-466-6166. We'll pretty much at this point play anything that comes on. Oh my God, we were going to talk about our stalkers.
Oh my God. Let's save it for next time.
We'll save it for next time. Thank you all so
also,
much.
if you're a stalker and you like to come on and talk about why.
No, you're not invited. That hour just flew by, didn't it?
I really did.
Okay.
I hope it flew by for the listeners too.
Unlikely. Thank you all so much for listening. We will be back again probably next week for our final episode for our 6-part series, and then we're kind of TBD. Let us know what you want us to cover on that last episode. Maybe we'll have to go into some of the body keeps the score stuff. Did you like that? You liked
I was
that
hoping
for
you were
some
play the
reason.
gong.
No more gong. All right, that's going to do it for this week, and we will see you all again next week. Until then, keep it spicy.
Spicy in Wisconsin.
can never remember how to
How
turn.
did you feel about that?
I can never remember how to turn. We're still
Are we
recording.
still recording?
Yeah,
You know,
once again.
sometimes we do like a high five at the end of it, which is like really cute.
Still recording.
Still, oh, now everybody gets to see our cute high five.
Still recording. Okay.